Welcome to Junction City Live. My name is Chris Gillis, and in some circles they call me Captain Bloody Redbeard. Tonight is our Halloween themed show. I usually don't wear this everywhere I go, but sometimes I do. And we have Dead Horse Anonymous playing tonight as our live band. And then we have Off the Wall Comedy Group, Isaac Thomas, our stand-up comedian, and Steve Stone, a local artist here in Ogden. So here we go, Dead Horse Anonymous, Junction City Live.
Once I got caught thinking, but I can't recall what it was all about. My head was in the clouds, but I was sinking. This was going on for hours, sinking low without a trace. But I think that time in that particular place, where I was crawling and scratching for the door. For the rest of the night I couldn't take it no more. My eyes are peeled on the ceiling. Which way to go? I just got to get out. It makes no sense attempting to speak it, but this was going on for hours. Really though, I couldn't figure it out. And I think that time in that particular place, where I was crawling and scratching for the door. For the rest of the night I couldn't take it no more. When the jaw fell off, I could have sworn I was dreaming. So I stood up, I had to get the heck out. My heart was spinning around and I was dreaming. This was going on for hours. Keep it go, you gotta limp all the way. And I know that time in that particular place, well, I was crawling and scratching for the door. For the rest of the night I couldn't take it no more.
Hey, Ghosts and Ghouls. That was Dead Horse Anonymous, playing a real creepy song for us. Now we're going to go to Kaylee Connors, who's interviewing Steve Stones.
Hey everyone, I'm Kaylee, and if you couldn't already tell, I'm dressed as a pixie fairy today, which is pretty much the best costume ever, don't you think, Steve?
Absolutely.
But something even cooler than my costume, I have to admit, is your artwork here. I love it. Do you have like an artist statement?
Well, I've written many artist statements in my career. I think it just depends on the body of work that I'm working on. I've brought these particular works because these have a Halloween type theme related to the work.
Yeah, well, you did very well with these ones right here. So you obviously have a pretty crazy imagination to be able to come up with this stuff and some of the other work you do. Do you have any, how did that affect you growing up as a child?
Well, I was always interested in science fiction films. I've always been interested in horror films and comic books as well, and I think that all of those have a impact on the type of work that I do, definitely.
Do you have any crazy Halloween costumes you wore when you were little at all?
I don't know about crazy. I remember my father dressing me up as Indiana Jones when I was a kid, and he put Vaseline all over my face and took coffee ground and stuck it to the Vaseline and had the fedora hat and the jacket and the bullwhip, and so I thought that that was one of my more interesting costumes when I was a kid.
You went all out there. I have to admit, that beats this, I think. I need to put some Vaseline on my face or something to beat that. So, I know you do pop art mostly. Is
Yes.
Andy Warhol your hero or anything? Who
Well,
inspires you?
I certainly admire Warhol's work. I don't think that he's the pop artist that I look to the most. I think Roy Lichtenstein and Tom Wesselman are two pop artists that I greatly admire, definitely.
Yeah, they do really good work.
Absolutely.
So, let's see, so since it's all Halloween-y right now, is there any movie you watched as a child that just completely freaked you out, but nowadays you're like, I cannot believe I was scared of that?
I remember when I was about 11 or 12 years old, I saw a trailer for Gremlins. And my aunt actually called me up one day and she asked me if I'd like to go see Gremlins. And when I saw the trailer, I was actually really frightened by the trailer. And I remember going to the movie theater anticipating being very scared. And after I actually saw the film, I realized that it really wasn't that scary of a movie. So, you know, that's an experience where you think that you're going to see something scary, but it really wasn't that scary after all.
You're brave though, because the movies I watched as a kid still scare me to death today. Like, I watch scary movies now and I have to sleep with my sister because I'm freaked out forever. So it's good you got over it. You realized it wasn't scary. So since you are a local artist, where do you find the coolest art in Ogden?
Well, I think there's a number of places. Union Station, they have a gallery there called Gallery at the Station. They have a exhibit every month that changes. Mojo's on 23rd or 22nd and Washington Boulevard. They show my work there. They've got like 50 of my paintings there.
Oh, wow.
They also show some other local artists. They have performing artists there as well. Universe City Gallery is a good gallery run by Ben Jennings. That's also on Washington Boulevard. Eccles Community Art Center is also a great gallery as well. And then of course we have the Mary Elizabeth D. Shaw Gallery here on campus at Weber State in the art department.
And I hear you have some work featured there, right?
Yes,
During
we
this
have
month?
a alumni exhibition currently in the Mary Elizabeth D. Shaw Gallery, and I think it runs until the end of November, and there's a opening reception for that Friday, November 5th from, I believe, 6 o'clock until 8 p.m.
I'll have to go check that out. That'll be really fun. So just real quick here, which one of these would you say is your all-time favorite out of these ones if you had to choose?
I would probably pick this one here because the influence and reference here is by a famous painting by Grant Wood entitled American Gothic. So my interest was to take the Grant Wood painting and just kind of adapt it and change it to make it much more comical. So you can see that I've taken the same composition, the same design as the Grant Wood painting, and I've injected it with some, you know, different aspects of popular culture, such as, you know, Boris Karloff in the role of Frankenstein, you know, just some other things that you might, you know, typically see in popular culture. This is a reference to a silent film by George Millet entitled A Trip to the Moon.
That's really cool. I'm usually scared of Halloween, but I love this picture.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
And I'll toss it back to you now, Chris.
Well, thanks Kaylee Connors and Steve Stones. My personal favorite one was the one that said Sex Monster. It was a vampire. Next we have Off the Wall comedy group, and they're just getting their stuff ready because they're a funny group. Well, I don't know how funny. I've never actually seen them perform live. But I have Marshall here with